Here's a short meditation for people who hate meditations. And I used to be like that too. I didn't know what the hell to do with these people who sit in silence, who talk about their feelings. I had no clue what they mean with inner growth. Until I stumbled into a retreat, which wasn't really spiritual, it was more a psychological retreat. And this changed my life. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to guide you through a very short meditation. You don't have to tell anyone that you're doing meditations now. Just give yourself the chance to change your life for good.
It would be important if you find a place where nobody is disturbing you for the next 10 minutes. So sit down on a chair, on a sofa, bench, floor, toilet seat, whatever suits you best. Don't overthink it, just sit down. This is not a yoga class. This is a class which you've never done before, and it's fun. Because you're gonna have a very important insight, I promise. So close your eyes, and for the next minute, and you're not gonna like this, we're going to concentrate on our breathing. So I'm going to ring a little bell when we start, and after a minute I'm going to ring the bell again. And during this time, you fully try to concentrate on your breathing without getting lost into thoughts. Just concentrate on your breathing. We're starting now. I think 99% of the people who listen got lost into thoughts. They didn't follow their breathing for a minute, fully concentrated. And that's normal, that's the nature of the human mind. The mind needs distraction, and the mind needs the past and the future. The mind cannot stay, not easily at least, in the present moment. It goes back to work, to our children, to our ex, whatever. And it goes into the future, to future projects, future ideas, future vacation, whatever. But it does not stay in the now. This is why we get lost into thoughts. And if we're honest to ourselves, we must admit that the mind is the master of our life. We are not the master of our mind. Forget it. So if this mind cannot even concentrate for a minute on our breathing, what else does it do while we are not conscious, while we are not watching it? What are the thoughts that we fall in? What are the trapdoors we go through with the mind without even noticing? And if we look back at our life, didn't we have the same problems just in another color all our life? Because our mind is very simple and it repeats the same sentences again and again. And I imagine if you listen to this meditation, you are sick of this. You are sick of the same bullshit that comes out of your mind. You might listen to this because you're longing for inner peace, for freedom, for silence, for more love, for an open heart. You're longing for something that I call coming home. Find this inner home that is in you. I know for many of you this sounds very, very cheesy, and it's too much. Some of you think, oh my God, now he's starting this spiritual, esoteric, whatever crap. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you that you are not the master of your mind. And that's a problem, because the mind does what it does all the time. And if we don't observe it, it's like a child that didn't get a good education. It just does whatever it does. And we might have to re-educate our mind, remind our mind to get better. So we're trying this again, only for 30 seconds now. And I know many of you are very ambitious and you want to learn how to focus better, how to be more concentrated, how to be a better leader, how to convince people better, and all of these things that in the long run might not be as important anymore if you follow meditations. But I know you're ambitious and you want to try now. So now 30 seconds. Observe your breath for 30 seconds, starting now. Many of you made it and stayed with the breathing, and many didn't. And again, this is the nature of the human mind. And we're trying to get to know our mind. What is the mind? What does it do? Who are we if we are the mind and we're not the mind? Who are we behind the mind? Who would we be without all these thoughts? So one important thing about a spiritual practice are emotions. Many listeners now, especially men, are having trouble to identify their emotions or to live with their emotions because they're so afraid of them. Because every one of us has been hurt badly. And the more ambitious you are and the more successful as a businessman you are, the more you've been hurt. You don't want to see or feel these emotions from the past. And that's one important thing. Emotions are not dangerous. So this is lesson number 2. Number 1 was, we are not the master of our mind. Not yet. Number 2 is, emotions are not dangerous. If we get to know our emotions and learn to live with them, learn to accept them, stop being afraid of them, we become much better people. We become much nicer, more gentle, more open, more listening. It's so important to stop being afraid of our emotions. I know you have voices in your head going on right now saying, oh, this is so dumb, I have stuff to do, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't work. That's your mind trying to keep the chaos going because chaos feels very familiar. Say, thank you, mind, and breathe again. You don't have to fix anything. Just sit, exist, breathe. That's oddly rebellious in the times we live in. You don't need to try. You don't need to achieve. This is not a competition. You can't win at meditation. So this is point 3. There's nothing to gain. And that's hard, at least for a businessman to understand. If you do this, you won't become richer. The success we're looking for is inner peace. So if you go to work tomorrow and there's some idiot honking at you because he thinks you're not driving the way you should, you answer with a smile. You don't honk back. We want to get out of this thinking. We want to be peaceful. We want to be peace warriors. That sounds too much to you? Fine, come back to the breathing. If you hate this, you're not a failure. Isn't that nice? So that's point number 4. There are no losers anymore in this world. No losers, no winners. You are not a failure. You don't have to achieve anything anymore. So if you're annoyed, bored, restless, or want to throw your phone out of the window, cool. Still meditating. Stay where you are. Come back to the breathing. That's your anchor. Come back to the breathing. And now, after all these minutes, just maybe, something feels different. You might feel 2% less tense. You might notice silence between your thoughts. You might not. Doesn't matter. You're practicing the art of not constantly reacting. That's the goal. Let that be enough. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. I think you're doing much better than you think. Now let's return to the world. Start moving your fingers, your toes. Maybe roll your shoulders a little. Open your eyes if they were closed. Just stay in the present moment and look around. Welcome back. You just sat for a couple of minutes of mental detox. No phone, no films watching, no talking to anyone, and not thinking as much as you usually do. Mental detox. That's more than most people do in a month. Maybe now you feel a little clearer. Maybe not. But your brain got a breather. And if you want, come back tomorrow, or don't. But if the noise gets too loud again, you know what to do. Breathe. And maybe, you can put a little smile on your face when you leave the room. See your family, your wife, your kids, your parents, or see people at work, see people in the grocery store. Give them a smile. There's one last message I have. Be nice.